Yo, what's up? Westerbros, you know what time it is.
Ew.
Hey man, like I really yeah, this show right here, it hasn't failed me yet. And I
No.
really appreciate House of the Dragon.
Hmm.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the things. Follow Anthony Franchise because he be doing some funny stuff too. Definitely make sure that you following us on the socials. All right. Yeah, that's out the way. We hadn't really talked about this episode. We shot a couple memes and that was it. Cause like
Right.
Black Twitter was on fire last night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Black Twitter
yo,
is one of
they were
Black Twitter
shooting
is one
them
of the
all.
best places ever,
And I
man.
just want to give a quick, like respect to your boy Rodimus Prime, Rod and Karen, the black guy who tips. Like it was so real on Twitter that his tweet was the headlining tweet under them thrones. So
That's what I'm
like
talking about.
even Twitter got to recognize the OG. Like
That's right.
Rod and Karen been doing it for years, man. Much respect
Yeah.
to them. This episode right here, yo, like I'm like it started off with a bang, and then we got like the classic Game of Thrones. We not even gonna have no action. We just gonna have a bunch of petty gossip and talk and people trying to maneuver, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna hit you with a little more action, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna hit you with the most nonsensical thing at the end of the episode. Oh my god, yo.
Yeah, man. I think this is an episode where people who like things to be moving fast or whatever, they might not have liked this episode. I think some people might not, but true OG, Throne fans, one thing that kind of drew us in for the show in the first place was dialogue
Yeah.
and like the inner workings and who the major players are and moving the chess pieces all the way around to make things happen. And man, the first shoot, what, 40 minutes? The first 40 minutes or so of this show was just straight up chess pieces moving, pettiness to an all-time high. It was good God, like, yo, man, for real. So first things first, we start
Okay.
off at the Stepstones.
Yeah.
The war's been going on with with Daemon
Three
and
years.
Corlys for 3 years against. That's the part people are like. It's been like they was thinking, hey, we could take these dudes out, whatever. It's been 3 years and they still cannot conquer the Stepstones.
Them boys
And
entrenched in sand warfare.
straight up guerrilla sand warfare. It's like those folks come out. It's like the crab feeder. His people come out. The triarchy. They do their little thing. Oh, dragons coming to the caves. They just go right into the caves. And yo, I ain't gonna lie. Damon looked so sweet coming in there. When he came in there, flew in, and he had the armor. And he was on his he had the saddle and everything. He was like, "Come out, come out." My man's like, "Man, I'm not coming out.
I'm about
I'm
to
not
go
coming.
back into the
I'm
cave,
about to
bro.
go
What you
into the
talking
cave."
about?
The funniest part is like the one Valerian dude is just talking cash trash while getting like nailed to a post. You're gonna do this? He said, "You bastard, your mother." Yo, my man was like, "Yo, if I'm going out, I'm going out in a blaze of glory." Like I can respect that. Yo, he was cussing this, he was cussing the crab feeder out. And shout out to the crab feeder. This dude literally, if I recall, has had no spoken lines.
No,
In
hasn't
three
talked.
episodes of you seen him,
It's just straight
snipping
presence.
is a straight presence and it's body acting. And I mean, he just had none of that. The next thing you know, Damon comes in on Caraxes, burn everything up, and my man's like, "I'm here, my lord, save me!"
My prince has come
My
to
prince
save
has
me.
come to save. No, not today. So that part was just funny. And then Damon's calling out the guy, calling out the crab feeder. The crab feeder's not falling for it one because
Not at all.
he's not impulsive. Like
He don't like he's seemingly does not care.
yeah,
He's like,
he's
I'm just
like,
gonna do my thing. Oh, y'all want to go to war? Well, we gonna like we like I'm from here. I don't know where you from, but this is
Right.
where I'm from, so I already know how this thing works. And he was like, "Yeah, we gonna hold out as long as you want to hold out."
Right, so you had that going. That was like what the first 5 or so minutes of it. Then we get to the beef of the episode. So, like I said, it's been 3 years in past, since the King Viserys has said he's going to marry Alicent Hightower, and they're celebrating the second name day, which is basically the birthday of the new prince, Prince Aegon Targaryen, second of his name. And, you know, everyone is like, yay, they're hailing this as, oh my God. And, then you start to have some of the lords, the male lords kind of behind the scenes, like, he has his son. This is his second name day.
And you already know who that lord is, yo.
Right. Listen, man.
Trash Hightower.
I said this, 2 episodes ago, episode ago. Otto Hightower is hater of my. I think you said it best, man. Otto Hightower walked so Littlefinger could run in the original Game of Thrones series. Yo, this man is a hater and a schemer of all. So, and the thing is, he's hating and scheming, but at the same time making it seem like he's not hating and scheming to certain people. So it's just, man, this dude got to go, man. Like he's and I understand he's trying to put his, listen, bro, like your family is already into the saying, the Targaryen bloodline, regardless, like your family's in there, even if
it ain't enough for him though.
It ain't enough. No, he wants his grandson on that throne. And then later on in the series, in the season, but in the episode, when he goes to go meet Alicent, everyone's out the room. He like makes no qualms. He makes no like suggestions. He's just straight up like, yeah, he's gonna be king. And in respect to Alicent, for the most part, being like, no, we're not doing, like, we'll just say this, in the beginning, being like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not raising no man to try to take something that's already been given to his older sister. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. If Rhaenyra gets on that throne, you're gonna tear this daggone realm in half. And that's another thing I hate too about this. I hate about the show, but about Westeros in general. We are the Westerbros, but about Westeros in general. I hate the whole grand idea of the realm. Oh, it's best for the realm. This goes all the way back to original Game of Thrones, especially with Lord Varys, the spider. I do it for the realm. For what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, this is Game of Thrones, and everyone's talking about how, basically kick ass America is. America's great. We got to do this to keep the status quo and stuff like this. It's like, you don't want to rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Westeros is like, we're Westeros. We kick ass. We the best. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, come on, man. Like, yeah, we got to protect the realm. The realm, and all realistically, is trash. On the real, the realm of Westeros is really trash. Send me to Essos.
That's so good. I never even thought about that parallel.
Yeah,
Westeros is America.
Westeros is America. It's like, yeah, we're Westeros. We're the Seven Kingdoms. We kick ass, Bob. You got to protect the realm, and it's always like, protect, saying the USA and everything like that.
Because that,
and I'm not anti-American, people. Just for any,
yo. No,
just call it like it is.
Like the idea of the thing is greater than the people in the thing itself. So yeah, that is very true about how the realm has always been depicted. And even the fact that if a woman takes the throne, then it's gonna just be like nobody's gonna respect this. So that whole aspect of it, as well, is very very the hegemony of it all is it's like, yeah, it's too close to real life sometimes. Oh, okay.
It that goes into, like, and we're gonna talk about this part one last time, just about the whole the greatness of the realm. It's like when Rhaenyra gets pissed off and like, yo, F this, and she just runs away. And she's talking with Sir Christian Cole in the forest. And she's like, talking about how, like, how would people act if I'm actually am the queen? Saying if I do ascend to the throne, queen. And he's just like, hey man, I'm a king's guard. He's like, hey, I'm a king's guard. He says, look, I owe that to you, but I'm going to support you regardless because I am a king's guard.
You say, look, man, I'm just happy to be here, yo.
Right. I'm just, he like, Marshall, I just came here so I don't get fined, man. I'm just doing I'm doing my job. I'm working my 9 to 5 here, saying between me and my 7 King's Guard brothers, we rotate the shifts. But I'm mainly, and the thing is too, in that scene, you see, like I said, it's been 3 years past, the kind of like relationship that's kind of like developed between those two, or whatever.
It's very much like, yo, Renee, like where are you going? You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, right.
And even that, like the fact that I think it was Otto or the the bigger dude,
Strong,
the Strong,
the master of laws or whatever.
Even like Strong knew that that Sir Christian went to follow her, so they already know like how Rhaenyra gets down and how he has to go bail her out or so. Like,
right.
No, I'm saying, so that relationship, like just in those couple of scenes, like are so easily established. Like the 3-year time jump for me was crazy. I was like, yo, I said, this baby's like a toddler out here. You know what I'm saying? And then she like 9 months pregnant right now. You know what I'm saying? She out of here, something drop. I said, oh my God, yo, she pregnant.
I think every woman who becomes pregnant is beautiful, and it's a job that I or any other man could never do.
No.
But I was so irritated with her every time. She was holding on to that belly like she was Marshall Faulk running through the daggone line like a running back. So like that, I was like, girl, stay home. Like stay your tail home. Right.
Rhaenyra like, yo, should you even be out here with us?
Yeah, right. Yo, why is it Rhaenyra?
Oh no, Tony. You know what her response was? Hey, the maester said it'd be good if I get some fresh air.
Number one, why is Rhaenyra always like the voice of reasoning? Right. Like, number one, why is Rhaenyra always the voice of reasoning? In 3 episodes, she has been the voice of reasoning about getting stuff done, being about that action, being like, hey, is that cool? And also, too, she's listening to the Maesters. Listen, the Maesters got better in the original Game of Thrones, but 200 years prior in this series right here, they suck, yo.
They just out here shooting from the hip the whole time. Right. Like, oh man, get you some fresh air, yo. Bumpy road, no shocks. Haven't even been made yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, cart, horse and buggy. Yeah, you guys would be good.
Yeah, you'd be all right.
Oh my God, I was weak. Yeah.
Right. So the beef of this is basically they're like Rhaenyra is 17 years old now.
Yeah.
And she's of age to like, hey, you need, find a match, to secure the family line. And, and he started throwing hints. Like, yo, you need to get you a man. And that's what, and even in today's with the British royal family, that's what it's all about. Like, oh, you need to go ahead and get some kids to keep this line, royal line going. Like I said, even with the British royal family, that's what happened with Prince Charles. He was like an ultimate playboy. And when he finally married Diana back then, I think he was like 20 years or so older, 20 or like 15 years older than Diana. And even with his son, with William, they was like, yo, dude, are you gonna marry this Kate girl or not? Like,
he was like 31, 32.
Yeah, I think they were like about 5 years apart. So
he was older. That man was already starting to bald. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So it's all about like, keeping that family line going. And Viserys was like, yeah, maybe I'll saying it'll be your turn soon. Saying give me a grandson or a grandchild around here.
Grandsire.
Grandson, so that's gonna be weird. Like your brother, you got a brother and a child that are basically like couple of years apart from each other. If you're trying to push that on them or whatever. And so now you're introducing more characters to the fray. You're introducing some more strong character, saying strong family, the one who has the club foot, and he's like, hey, ladies, I'm hanging with y'all because of, hey, yeah. But I think he's gonna be something more because he's just like
there was no reason to introduce him like that and have
yeah,
him hang around.
He comes off very unassuming, but I think he's going to come off as somebody who just like knows a lot of stuff. Just think about it. He's hanging around women. No disrespect, but women get around each other and they start talking. And he's just going to start picking up. I think he's going to be like an information type person.
I mean, we both been kids who have hung around a bunch of women when we were younger and not hearing things we weren't supposed to be hearing. So,
right. So, yeah. It's like we'll hear something and we just look at each other like, yeah, we heard that or whatever. And then, we get introduced to what most of us feel is a trash family, the Lannisters.
I was like, yeah.
I said, there goes the Lannisters. I
said, yeah.
And my man acted like a true arrogant Lannister, just coming out of my queen, no, my princess, and just talking all that trash. He's like, oh yeah, dragon pit. And she was like,
what?
Dragon pit? What the hell you need a dragon pit for? It was like anything for my princess or my lady wife. And she was right. And then she was like, oh no, we got to have a conversation about
He went straight to Viserys and screamed on that man
in front of everybody. And they started, the one thing Otto did that was responsible was like stop a family fight in front of everybody. Like they were sitting there like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, your grace. Like, yo, they are watching you right now.
Cool out, Sean. What you doing, man? He's about to mess this up for me.
Right. He's like, yo, Grace. You need to, hey, my man said, even my duties are for my daughter. He was like, oh, yeah. And then what happened? Rhaenyra straight, oh, you know what? I'm out this piece. Y'all go on this hunt by yourself, yo. It just dipped out. It just slipped out so smooth out. It was straight up smooth criminal with it, man.
Yeah.
so
yeah. That's funny.
Right. And then, God, Viserys, that man is stressed out, man. that dude is just like, he drank his sorrows away. And he just looking around the room like, man, I'm 50-something years old. I got this wife that's 17.
I'm about to have a second kid.
He says, yo, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with having little Aegon II, but she's sitting here pregnant. My daggone daughter is defiant as hell. You got all these dudes around here like, oh, you got a son now. Yeah, you don't need her to be the heir.
And then I got Daemon fighting this battle for the past 3 years.
I got Daemon, and then the other, like, at the time, my most trusted confidant in daggone, Corley's fighting this war because of their pride. They pissed off at decisions I made. And he just sitting there like, this is how I knew it was serious. My man had the little, the thing of wine. He's like, plink. And he was like, damn, like he ran out of it. Like he just wanted some more. Like my man, he looked like that. What's that meme of Mekhi Phifer?
With the cigarette?
With the cigarette. That's my man. I'm like, God damn, man. He just, I felt bad for that dude, right? And then, we have, and they got his hopes up saying, oh, it's a white stag out there, and they kind of find out,
it's not white, but she's a big one.
She's a big one, Your Grace. And he's like, all right, then he couldn't even kill it right.
He was so drunk the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you see how, like, even how he was on the horse, he got down off the horse.
Oh yeah, he saw everybody was looking at him like,
he's like, let me do this real slow now. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Room spinning.
Right. Room spinning. If anybody's been inebriated or drunk, that feeling you get when you try to like, all right, I'm all right. You got to take that first step or something like, all right, I'm good. That's my man, yo. Like he was stressed out.
He said, a little to the left, my grace.
Right. A little to the left, my grace. Right there. Yeah, there you go. All right. And because they was talking about the omens of, oh, if it's a white stag, that's man, it was meant for, possibly Aegon to be. And then what ends up happening? Who sees the white stag? Good old Rhaenyra. But I like how, well, number one, we also saw like how dangerous a boar really is.
Yeah. Wild pigs are crazy. You know what I'm
wild
saying?
pigs are crazy. That thing hit a crucial U-turn. After that, you're like, no, one of y'all about to die.
So y'all in the forest? Okay.
Yeah, right there. Took out, and then Rhaenyra just took out all her frustration, everything she was feeling about, feeling like she's being replaced, and you got and you're trying to basically auction me off to the highest bidder of, what I'm saying, of all these men who come in, and she's just yeah, and I just loved how when she came back to camp like a boss, she's like, y'all had y'all hunt, I had my hunt too, and everybody was looking like,
Okay, so two things. So like first, fire and blood, like in that scene, she was the fire. You know what I'm saying? And it had blood all over her. And then when she's walking back to the little camp, she was walking past literal fire with all that pig's blood on her. So I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing with the symbolism. Okay. Okay.
I loved it, man. I loved it. But yeah, man. And then she has the talk with, saying, and this is after we saw the talk between Otto Hightower and Alicent talking about, he's like, yeah, your child. He's gonna look, he was like, he was like, yeah, your child's gonna be king. He was like, you don't seem happy. He says, yo, what person doesn't want their child to be king? But I'm not trying to raise my child to be, basically this a bastard. And saying in all intents and purposes. Then you go into a conversation with Viserys, and he's like, listen, like, no, you are like, put your mind at ease, girl. Like, no, you are going to be the queen. He says, I wavered. He says, I did waver at one point, but no, you are going to be the queen, because he knew that the only reason he picked her because no one liked Daemon, and he thought he was saving the realm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from
there goes that term again, the realm from, what I'm saying, from Daemon Targaryen. But so let's get to the.
That is an amazing segue, because I just want to talk about my boy Daemon, aka the Menace Targaryen. Like
Black
when I see, So first we got all the freaking the Valerian gang. We got bro, uncle, nephew, all just there. Like, the uncle is stupid. Like, shut up, yo. Big bro was like, man, if you don't stop trying to incite mutiny, I'm gonna kill you.
And then remember the episode, he sent the secret letter to the king, like, hey, this ain't looking good, bro. We have help me, help us, like, help me, like, this ain't looking good, yo. Your brother, like, he welling, look, it's been 3 years, and help us, give us some help. And he started mutiny, and even Corliss's son, and that's the same son that was at the tournament when they were there. He was Lenor, or something like that. He was like, "Hey, like, we're trying to do this."
He said, "Uncle, what have you been doing?"
Yeah, like, he's like, "Yo, bro, what have you been doing?" Laenor's like, "Yo, I've been riding my dragon." And yes, people, Laenor, even though he's a Valerian, he can ride a dragon. You got to remember, his mother is Rhaenys Targaryen. That's his mother, was the one that was the other had the other claim to the throne in the very first episode.
The queen that never was.
The queen that never was. So disrespectful. So you have now that he has Targaryen blood, so that's why he does have a dragon. They didn't say the name of the dragon in the episode, but if I'm not mistaken, I did a little research. His dragon is Sea Smoke. That's the name. That's the name of his dragon. I'm trying to figure out who the other dragon was. I don't know if that was Caraxes, but it looked like somebody else was riding Caraxes. When he got to the main part at the end. But
it could have been. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It could have been, but
it could have been. I don't know. It could have been just Caraxes just flying on his own accord.
Yeah. So let's, before we even get to that part. So Corlys and his son basically hoeing, Corlys' brother, and whatever like that. And then like David gets off, Caraxes. And you got to think about it like this too. You got to think how demoralizing this is for them. They have the dragons are basically weapons of mass destruction in Game of Thrones. Their own personal weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And they just could not. 3 years they're doing this war. They could not do anything with it. And then Daemon gets off and he's just looking dejected. The army is looking like, you know what I'm saying, dejected. And of course, you know, when you got one person planting seeds of content, you know, there's probably other people probably feeling the same way. And then, and the thing is, Daemon is not fully a bad person. You know,
No.
he does things for
I keep talking.
His family. He does things for attention in his family. So, you know, he basically went to war with Corlys to prove to his brother Varys that he wasn't a screw up. That's the whole thing. He wanted to prove that he wasn't a screw up and that, hey man, like I can be an effective leader without your help. Just let me do this without your help, and you can see that I'm an effective leader. And it's just crazy that, you know, that went down, and you know, you got I can't remember what Corlys' little brother name that was talking to trash.
Daemon.
Vaemon? Vaemon? His name might have been Daemon too. I don't know. What a Vaemon or Daemon.
I think it's Vaemon.
Yeah.
Like Vaemond.
Yeah. So Daemon Targaryen gets off and he's just like, and then next thing you know, behind the scenes, Viserys sends like envoy to them to be like, hey, this is from your brother. He told me to give this to you. And like you saw the look on Daemon's face, like, all right. And he looks at it. He looks at it, and he just rolls it back up, grabs his helmet, and beats the living hell out of the messenger.
Like literally don't kill the messenger.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is another one that's so on the nose, but it's so funny. Like it doesn't even matter.
Beat the hell out of this dude. And like they like, yo, you signed up. I'm like, yo, bro, like chill.
Like, stop, man.
You know, stop, chill. And so, you know, then it cuts to Daemon just being like, you know, screw it. Like he's going to where they are, and he's going to, you know,
hold on, before you even get to that, because remember, Corlys was like, the only thing we need to do is like, you know what I'm saying, have somebody there as a diversion.
Right.
And Daemon was like, well, who's gonna do that?
And Laenor was like, Daemon.
Like
Daemon. He's the nut job that will do that will.
It's like, what crazy person is gonna do this? Basically, do this suicide.
They would look at him like Daemon would do it.
Like,
Daemon would do it.
You've been crazy all the time.
But then you also get like a voiceover of the note that Viserys read, and Viserys basically was saying, "Hey, my brother, I love you. Blah 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 blah. It ain't going well for you. I'm gonna send some ships. I'm gonna send the army down there to help you out." And I think that's what triggered him. Like, no, I'm going to show you I can do this without your help or whatever. I love you as my brother, but no, man, I got to prove this not only to you, to myself, that I can do this. And Daemon
nah. He he hated ambassadors so much. He said, you know what? I'm going to do this myself.
Right. And he
said, I'd rather die than
right. I'd rather
die than accept help. Like that's what he was on.
And remember, Viserys has said that too. He said it earlier this year. He was like, yo, he'd rather die than accept help. But
yes,
whatever,
so
we'll
just
see.
An example. Yeah.
So what does he do? He pulls a straight up catfish, okie doke, comes over, grabs a piece of tears a piece of white cloth, waving the flag. They come out. He gets on the knee, hands of the sword. And he's just like, yeah, right. Yeah,
hey, because it's like,
stab my man. He cut the inside of his thigh and got him in the gut, and then takes out everybody just charging. Shout out to him for doing what Rick and Stark couldn't do in Game of Thrones by running zigzag and ducking and dodging when the arrows fly. Come on, bro. Like, yep, nope, ducking and dodging. And
leave that man alone, yo.
You're like, he was rolling and everything. You know, Rick and Stark. hell straight. He doing
Yo.
straight line 40-yard dash.
Not.
He said, knock. Yo, whatever. You know, my man was like, they didn't finally hit him until he kind of stood still long enough. And, you know, he hides. And then he looks and he's just surrounded by the art. So by this time, the crab feeder, like, it's just like, he's not even telling people. He just head nodding like, yo, go kill this man right now because he is crazy as hell. And so the whole army is surrounded. And then next thing you know, you see the Valerian army in the background coming up. And then we heard our favorite word, Dracarys, and the dragon fire came. He lured him out. That was the plan that they had. It worked.
It felt real good to hit a black man say Dracarys too.
Yeah, it did. I was like, you know, he did it. And then you see the craft feeder like, yep, this is my cue to go. We're going back inside the cave. He's sitting there thinking, my man sitting there thinking, oh, Daemon ain't see him. Daemon was like, he was like shaking, man. He cut through like 3 more people. You see the battle going on. The next thing you know, you just see somebody coming out dragging something. I was looking like, and in my mind, I said, yo, he probably gonna come out with his head or something. He came out with a quarter of that man's body.
It was like,
yeah.
He grabbed it with his one hand.
He grabbed it with his one. Daemon Targaryen went into the cave, killed whoever was in there helping protect him, killed the crab feeder, and dragged a quarter of his body out, man. Like, just sitting
All
there.
All he had was arm, chest, entrails.
Yeah, right. And he came out looking like he got baptized in blood. Like, when he did it, it just exploded on him. And
again, more fire and blood. You know what I'm saying? So like the two parallels of the actual real Targaryens in the show putting in work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how their arc is gonna eventually merge together. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they do the next time jump when Rhaenyra's like, in her 20s.
Daemon Targaryen, I said it, our first episode, is 100% pure Black Air Force energy. He's the menace of Westeros, and I am here for it. It's like, I am here for it, and he's not about any games one bit, and there it is. Also, just a quick rewind. For the people last week that were so, and it was, you know, back during that time, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're going to have Viserys possibly marry this little girl who's a child. She's 12 years old. I don't have to bed. My mother said I won't have to bed you until I'm 14. Hater of the year, Otto Hightower was like, yo, hold my beer. Hey, we can end this right now. Yeah, I gotta. He was like, "Do you got somebody for Rhaenyra for Rhaenyra?" He was like, "Yeah, little Aegon." He was like, and the best part was, this is how you know somebody thinks when you say something and somebody thinks it's just beyond ridiculous. Viserys was laughing at him like, he just turned 2, man. Like, really? I got a 17-year-old, and, you know, granted, yes, the Targaryens marry between brothers and sisters. He's like, yo, you expect my 17-year-old daughter to wait for my son to turn, 15, 14? the further the Targaryen bloodline. And then once again, the only person on that council who is a voice of reason and is the master of laws. I gotta remember his first name is, but Strong. He was like, hey, I was the one that told you go through with the Lenora and you get married. He was like, hey, Corley's son, pure Valerian blood. He also has some of the blood of the dragon in him. Hey, that's how you keep dragons going, and that's how you keep the bloodline going. Once again, people about action and using the actual head with no actual type of game. Feel like there's no actual type of political game behind it.
Even though it probably is somewhere. Yeah,
right, so, somewhere.
So definitely the strong should be in the hand of the king. Like, just out of, you know, just...
Yeah, out of not being trash like Otto Hightower is.
Yeah,
you know?
cool. So, awesome recap. Let's get to the comment of the week. And this comment of the week comes from YouTube.
Okay.
And I had a person named Last. That's their handle. Mm-hmm. And it was from the Blackest Thing. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
From that joint, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Well, with the hand of the kings, like put his,
Yeah.
put a cup because he didn't want to drink that wine
Yeah.
from the white folks.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "What a waste of time." Or they said, I don't know their gender. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Damn, but you commenting on this." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, and like he went back and forth with me for like a good hour.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, yo, like I keep on telling people, like, if this ain't for y'all, it's not for you.
Right.
And it's cool.
Right.
Everything ain't gonna be for everybody.
Yeah.
But what you're not gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is tell me why I shouldn't like something or tell me something is trash because I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, you're trash and you're also being useful trash because you're still helping my engagement. The
Thank you.
more that you talk and type, the more you help me. YouTube does not understand your negative comment when it comes to the
Right.
algorithm. It
So
doesn't
what
work
y'all
like that.
so for y'all that don't know, me and Rashad here have known each other since 1999. My math ain't that great, so I'm gonna guess that's about what 22 years. 22, 21 years or so. 3,
23?
maybe. 22,
23?
3. Somewhere around that right
That's a
there.
lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of years. We've known each other that long. We met in college or whatever. What y'all gotta understand is this. Number one, we are the right ones you want to argue with. You want to have a
Just
debate
arguing with
or
somebody today.
right, yeah, right. I was like, I like we are the right ones that you want to come at us with an argument or a debate with. There you go, bring it up. That's where we met at Norfolk State, met in college, right there. We're the right ones, especially. Here's the thing: if we're going to debate and argue with you, we're not going to come with you with no fluff stuff and no half truths or anything. We're going to hit you with our truth and our facts, the backup our truth, and as what the young kids say, our receipts, and you're going to look stupid when we're done with it. And then number two, for the people who don't watch Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, or whatever, it doesn't make you cool to be like, yeah, I've never seen it.
It's
Never
like, hey
seen it.
man, it's cool. Like
Hey,
you can watch Lord of the Rings. Like
yeah, keep
we
keep
watching that
commenting.
too.
Yeah, keep
You know what I'm
commenting. Yes, we
saying? I got
yeah,
a
oh you
whole
yeah.
review for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Why people watch that?
keep commenting. Give us those views. We accept it. We accept all comments, negative and positive or
Yeah.
whatever. We ain't censoring nobody. Hey, if you don't like what we doing, you don't have to push play, cuz you don't. Like
Nah, man.
seriously.
And I'm saying this with like not even 1K on nothing yet. I don't like it don't matter to me. But yeah, but anyway, let's back.
Anyway, that's besides the point though.
For the
But
people who have been here, we appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Make sure you share this. Make sure you do like and subscribe as well to all of the things. We'll be back next week with the Westerbros for episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Again, y'all wanted it. I'll be reviewing Lord of the Rings. Actually, like first 2 episodes, which is
Yeah,
pretty
first
cool.
episodes were cool. Yeah.
She-Hulk will be on Thursday. Try to get that out in the morning. Your boy is back at work. So, be mindful of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got, man. Again, at 20 franchise on the things, at hanging with the Joneses, hanging with _the Joneses on IG. All
There
right.
we go.
Till the next time.
Peace out, baby.